So the SEC didn't just talk about crypto, they actually gave examples. But is it the full story? Hear me out. So this is a few days old, so not exactly breaking news, but it is a huge deal, and I imagine most people didn't actually read the SEC document, so let's unpack it. So the SEC just released an interpretive statement, so not new law, but guidance on how securities laws applies to crypto. They actually break down crypto into 4 different categories. The first one is a digital commodities. These are assets where the value comes from supply and demand, not from a central team driving profits. They actually listed off about 16 different examples like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and even Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu, what? Anyhow, that's another conversation. I don't want to get into any fights. The second was digital securities, and this is where the Howey test kicks in, right? That old 1946 securities test on orange groves, and we'll break that down later. But it really boils down to if people are investing with the expectation of profit based off someone else's work. The third category is going to be digital stablecoins, and these are assets designed to maintain a fixed value, usually tied to something like the US dollar. And lastly, the fourth one are digital collector items. So for this, you're probably thinking like NFTs, where the value is tied more to a uniqueness or utility, not necessarily like a financial return. And it seems like a lot of meme coins might also fall into this category as well. Now, if you look at this, you might think, okay, sweet, we finally have clear categories. No more of this regulation by enforcement Gensler bullshit. Well, not so fast, right? Because the SEC made some things very clear in this document. These aren't permanent labels. They're based on how the asset functions right now. And that same asset can move in between these categories depending on how it's structured, marketed, or used. So this isn't exactly a fixed rule book, and those goalposts, they can still move. And it's almost more of a framework that evolves. It's still a huge step in the right direction, but we really need to understand that test from 1946 that still controls all of this and why it makes everything so subjective. And I'm going to break that down in the next video. So follow if you want more, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.